Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness with David McDonald, the GOAT. Episode 197 at 365. Man, we're almost at 200. And then we have 100 and then 65 and then we're done. Whoa, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. All right, so we're going to start with our meditation routine here this morning. If you need some help with meditation, feel free to YouTube or reach out to me. Let me know. I'll help explain it to you. But it's the perfect time just to be. Good morning, Amanda. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Suze. Good morning, Auntie. In the meditation routine, I think it's like a visual meditation session is how I like to think about it. See yourself doing the thing that you know you should be doing and see yourself being successful at it. Use this time to think through things that are on your mind or find it, use this time to be still. All righty, everybody. Welcome back. Carl, good morning. Jason, good morning. Good morning. All right. So 13 pages left, guys. We're on to our new book. How exciting is that? Coming to the end of Relentless by Tim Grover. I personally like to read paperback or hardback books. Good thing I caught this. My computer's about to die, so I gotta plug my charger in. But I'm gonna plug my charger in, or I'm gonna plug the charger into my computer. I'll see you guys on the other side. Mm. Alrighty, my friends, welcome back. Update required. No. All right. Hi, Miss Miner. Good morning. Okay, so we're getting into our journaling routine. We just finished our reading routine. So not only have we almost finished our fifth book, but we've almost completed our third journal. I only have about maybe 2 days left of journaling, and then this whole journal will be complete, which is awesome. So in our journals, if you're looking for some guidance for anybody who's joining us for the first time, I usually like to write about what I'm most grateful for. And in the morning, I'm most grateful for waking up, being here, and being in exceptional health. It's a perfect time to get your ideas on paper, you put your dreams on paper. I usually like to go back to yesterday, show my appreciation by just acknowledging events that happened to me or things I might have experienced. Um, and then anything I wish to, push, anything anything I foresee for myself happening, or anything I wish to manifest for myself, I write that down for today, for a year, whatever the goal is. And then it's a good constant reminder of what it is that you want to do. So if you have a goal, for you to write that goal down every time as if it's already been achieved, you're manifesting, or you're materializing, your idea or your goal into fact, and eventually it'll happen. I can tell you that because I've almost doubled my business in the last 6 months, and I did what I did in 2017, I did in 3 months this year already. So I can tell you from fact and uh, from what I did last year, in reality, it actually does work. So I'll see you guys on the other side. I don't know if I want to skip. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, morning, sister. How's it going? All right, we're reaching the tail end, as I mentioned many, many times, of this book. Only a couple points to cover here today, and then we will continue on with our day. It takes a special person to say enough is enough and know when it's time to start redirecting and know when it's time to start redirecting your effort into something that can succeed. Maybe your dream isn't going to play out the way you originally envisioned it, but with some creativity and vision, you can redirect your goals towards something that keeps you connected to what you always wanted. So the reason why Tim mentioned this in his book is because when he was, playing ball, during his time growing up, he had a number of injuries. And long story short, he had a cleaner personality because he continued to push himself. He continued to, to try to play basketball. But there came a time when he had to actually get out of, what he loved to do, and he had to redirect his focus. So the cool thing about life is we aspire to be and do the best things possible, right? But sometimes, enough is enough. And although we don't end up becoming the next Michael Jordan, or we don't end up becoming the next LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, we do end up in the field of basketball, like either as a coach. For Tim, it was as an athletic, he said he's not a trainer. He's as an athletic enthusiast or expert, helping people rehab and get back into their relentless state after being injured. And so, he ended up being, one of the most notable trainers or rehab experts ever to do it, and has worked with some of the top people ever to play basketball. And that's really important, really not. And then I think, another big thing is what I see often is people who used to play sports and didn't make it when they were just superior athletes, during their high school years or college years or whatever it may have been, and they didn't make it to the pros. They kind of walk with this great cloud of gloom over them. Oh yeah, I used to be really good, but now I don't, I'm not so good anymore. You got to kind of let that stuff go, and just understand that you have a bigger purpose to serve, other than playing sports, and that your dream really isn't, when you really start getting down to what made you happy or what made you excited about playing, that sport or doing that thing that you always love to do, figuring out what about that, got you excited, and then going and figuring, and volunteering and doing something that aligns with that is also a powerful thing. It could probably give you the same satisfaction. So Tim got into, this kinesiology and training of athletes. To continue, he says, you can be good by playing it safe. You can't be relentless unless you're willing to take chances. Safe makes you good. Chances make you great. And so what he's referring to is he trained a young man who tore his ACL twice in 1 year. And then he continued to play. Then he got drafted, went and played in Spain for, in the first week or first month he was in Spain, he tore his meniscus. So he continued to play. And so what Tim is talking about is, how are we ever supposed to know how great we really are unless we take chances? Yeah, we sacrifice so much of our life, and I've already thought about what it's going to be like after we hit 365 days, right, in the journey to greatness. But it's who knows? Is the sacrifice worth it? Yes, it is, because for me, I've read books I may not have read in a regular year anyways, right? I've journaled in a way that I probably would never have journaled in a regular year anyways. And to say that when we get to the end of 365 days that it's going to be a waste of time would absolutely be absurd. Because like I just said earlier, I've witnessed my business personally grow, and I'm pretty much I've in 3 months I've almost done my entire business that I did last year. So I know that the focused and intentional, thinking and goal making and documentation of manifestation and all these things, I know it works, and I'm watching it work right in front of my eyes. But the true test we will know in 365 days. And I thought about, again, what's going to happen after 365? Do we continue? Do we take a break? And then to conclude on this section, it says, a cleaner knows when to walk away and which direction to walk. Never running, always walking. He leaves smoothly and on his own terms. He can lose a battle because he's planning to win the war. Lose a game, but win the season. Lose a season, come back and win the next 3. Lose a job, start a new business. No one else is getting the last word on whether he succeeded. And that's just taking full, purebred responsibility of your success. And I like this. Next, we're getting ready to get into this next chapter tomorrow. But, Tim says, you don't celebrate your achievements because you always want more, which I really, really like. I think the biggest takeaway from this book, and it came in the later chapters, is, like I said, we're like professional athletes right now. The journey to greatness, we're just in season. Now, I had a thought yesterday, and that thought was, but athletes get a break, they have an off season where they actually have time to recuperate. They get to rest, spend time with family, and they're still training. They're still going hard, right, at what they do, making sure that they're not too out of shape. But they take a break. There's an off season. And I don't feel like we're going to get an off season this year. But I do feel that after 365, I am curious to know what's going to happen next. And I think that this book has taught me, like, we just have to keep going. And it's like we're in our season. We're in our season of grind mode. And in this season, it's like there are no days off. And it's really interesting because to a degree you start to get fatigued a little bit after you do this for so long. And I think that it's just about pushing on. We're going for the championship. The championship is 365 days, and we're almost there. We have 3 days left until we hit 200, and then we have 100 days, which is around 3 months, and then another 60 days, which is 2 months, and we'll be at 6 months. So it's really interesting, but it's really cool, and I'm happy that we have a scoreboard, kind of calculating all of this. But yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. But I feel like a professional athlete would, during a season. You have to get up every day, go to practice, shoot in the gym. You got to get up every day and put in work. And when you do that, then you can win a championship, and I think that's the most beautiful reward of it all, and being able to say you did it. So with that being said, thank you, everybody who jumped on the messenger board this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. To everybody who's at home watching, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I hope you guys enjoyed the routine today. Thank you for joining me, day 197 at 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 a.m. Have the best day of your life. See you.